Good evening, Niseko. I'm Jeff Curry, and you are listening to Into the Mystic, a program where I talk about the power and mystery of the music that moves us. I'll be introducing artists that I've had the good fortune to know and make music with over the years. And it's always a pleasure to share new music from the foreign and Japanese community here in Japan to the English speakers here in Niseko. And I would like to let you know that in addition to this broadcast, I've also archived all past shows on my YouTube channel, and you can find me at youtube.com at jeffcurry2881. So that's JEFFCURRY 2881. All right. So last week I covered some music from the pianist and composer Dennis Lambert, and I can't cover any music of Dennis's without presenting the music of saxophonist and composer Jim Butler. Jim and Dennis have been making music together for a very, very long time, and I've been lucky enough to join them on their journey when they were quite new to Japan, and I was as well. So Dennis and Jim were both in the United States Air Force together, and they're living and playing music full-time all over the country here. And here's a little information about Jim. He started out as a music educator, and he was directing a jazz ensemble and teaching saxophone and woodwinds at the Jazz Studies at the University of North Florida, and he has a doctorate in music from University of Texas at Austin. During this time, he appeared professionally as a saxophonist with many different artists, including Mel Torme, Crystal Gail, The Drifters, Rosemary Clooney, Tony Campesi, and Sam Moore. He's also performed with the Bob Meyer Concept Jazz Orchestra, the Gerry Gibbs Quartet, and a featured soloist with the Blue Note Jazz Orchestra of Hamamatsu, Japan. So, like I said, Jim has a lot of years and experience under his belt, and he's toured Japan quite extensively, and I've been lucky enough to go all over the country with him. So let's hear a little bit of Jim's music. So this is from Jim's and Dennis Lambert's latest release, Perseverance. And it's a really nice recording. It's a duo recording, and it's a very intimate kind of album, and it's named that because the concept was born out of this kind of corona pandemic situation that we've all been and we've all had to overcome. And so I think it's this music is quite powerful, and it's kind of what the world needs, and unfortunately always kind of needs. So this is Jim's song called Let's Get Lost from the album Perseverance. Jim Butler, everyone. All right, great. That's Let's Get Lost from Jim Butler and Dennis Lambert's latest album, Perseverance. And you can find that on Spotify and iTunes and everywhere that you stream your music. And we also recorded a version of that on Jim's previous album before this one with a full band, and I'll be playing another track from that album later. But let me tell you a little story. I met Jim years and years ago, probably around maybe 2005 or 2006, and this was when I was just getting started in Japan. And I would go to a lot of jam sessions back in those days because I didn't have any professional jobs back then. I was new, nobody knew who I was. So I would attend this jam session at a place in Tachikawa in Tokyo. And it was called the Half Note. And that was a really, really great place to meet people. A lot of younger musicians like myself at the time would hang out there. And then I met a lot of guys from the military as well, because it was probably one of the closest jazz spots to them. So they would come and jam there. And that's how I got to know Jim. And then later, we got to talking. I played one gig with him at the same place, the Half Note. And then I used to go to another place in Meguro where he used to play. I can't remember the name of it, Sonoko or something like that. And anyway, I got to, know him personally and also know his music, and I really liked his direction. And yeah, we got on really good. So we were able to tour all over Japan together, and we got a lot in common. He spent a lot of time in Texas as well as I. And, just a similar sense of humor and stuff. And we're both passionate about writing and just learning and playing as best we can. So anyway, let's get to the other music. This is from Jim's 2019 release. And the album is called Let's Get Lost. And this is called Afro Blue. And this features a great vocalist named Swinky, who lives in Los Angeles now, and we miss her dearly. But this is Afro Blue.
Shades of delight, cocoa hue, rich as the night, Afro
right, Afro Blue from Jim's 2019 album, Let's Get Lost, featuring the vocalist, Swinky. And I just love that recording. That has such a great vibe about it. If you are interested and in the Tokyo area, Jim Butler will be playing at some time, and I'll be joining him on April 8th. And we're going to be playing with a kind of a legend in the jazz scene, Gene Jackson on drums. And Gene has played with Herbie Hancock, and he's just an amazing drummer. And then also my good friend Kevin McHugh will be with us, and that'll be a great night of music. Check out Jim's website at www.interjazz.com/Jim Butler. That's Interjazz, interjazz.com/JIMBUTLER. And he's also on Facebook and YouTube, so please check out his music. Great stuff. And don't forget, I archive all these shows on my YouTube channel, so you can go to YouTube and search Jeff Curry 2881, and you can find all these episodes archived there. Unfortunately, we're out of time, so please join me again next week at the same time and channel for more great music. And remember, you can catch myself and Yuka Sato playing live at La Villa Lupicia and Sansui Niseko nightly. Thanks so much for listening to Into the Mystic.